What up, Juggle Blades? How you doing, everybody? Well, I'm going to do the video on Damascus, and we're going to look at a few of my Damascus blades, just to give you a little bit of a showcase of them. They've been opened and everything. We'll start off with this one first. This one has aluminum as the scales with steel liners inside. I'm not sure if this, let's see, it's going to be very difficult. Yeah, that's not steel, so that could be plastic, or it could be aluminum as well. Hard to say. But a little thing about Damascus, basically what Damascus is it's usually two different types of steels put together. Now, the problem with Damascus is you don't know what those two steels are. If those two steels are not good steels, the Damascus is not going to be that great, because you can grab very shitty steels and stick the shitty steels together, and it's still not going to give you a great Damascus form. So on this one, I believe it's got a lot of VG10 in it. So I believe VG10 is used for it, a lot of it. Now, as you can see, it's very sparkly. Very sparkly. If you see it down here below, it's not as sparkly there. Something I've been doing to my Damascus blades is I've been trying to get them a shine so I can get a shiny Damascus, because I love the look. I mean, if you see those lines in the way of the detail of that Damascus, it's so beautiful. Inner line lock knife here we got. Not a bad knife. Back flipper, not my favorite right now. I came to the conclusion that I'm not really big on the flippers like that, but it is a nice knife. I love the worn clef. I love how I got to be able to polish this up to the point where the Damascus just gives it a very good shine, and I love that. That way it's really got a little bling to it. So we'll go ahead and go on this. This is 8 inches long. It's quite a long knife. We're looking at about a 3 1/4 blade. It's this place called, it's called Zingby. Not a very big, place. I wouldn't consider these guys that amazing. But the droppability, the detent, we got a bit of a good detent on that. It's a nice open and shut. I do like it. I think it's a very nice knife. Not top of the line, because you can get this for a decent price. I think I got it around $40, so not a very expensive knife at that. But I do enjoy everything about it. Having this, the aluminum scales and all this stuff on it. I think it's just a very nice knife. We'll put it up against some of the other knives so you can see how big it is. It is quite a big knife, so we'll take out my big, awesome knife that I love. And it looks like it's just about the size of that knife. So as you can see, we're looking at the same size there. And like I always do, we'll take it in front of a light pyrite. And as you can see, the pyrite is not as big as these knives. And then just to kind of give it a better aspect of it, like I told you, I'll be bringing this out more often. We got the penguin, because penguins are just a love, and that's the penguin compared to it. It's a very big knife. It's pretty girthy. It's heavy. I would say that it's probably way more heavier than expected. So go ahead and weigh that up. It's got steel liners. It's got the aluminum on the outside, which is going to make it lighter, but not as light as you think it would be. And then, of course, the blade is pretty thick. As you can see, it's quite a thick blade. And as it comes down, it looks like it's kind of a little bit of a hollow. I don't know, maybe a flat grind. But it looks like it kind of goes in. So it could be a hollow grind. It looks like it kind of is a little bit hollowed out. So just to let you know on that. I'll go ahead and do a weight on that bad boy. we're looking at 5.1 ounces. So it's actually a little bit more weightier than this. This is 4.5 ounces. This is a little bit more heavier than that, even though they're both the same size. And the thickness of this compared to this is just astronomically different. But the thing is this is the width of this knife. But with them taking out, and this is titanium, you know, you're not looking at the heaviness that this knife brings to the table. I mean, it's a nice knife. It's not a bad knife. I don't mind it. I think it's a decent knife for Damascus. I liked it. I actually enjoyed it. Most of the time, if I don't like something, I will get rid of the knife in comparison. But that one I really did like. So we'll go to my next one. My next one's a smaller one, Damascus. And it's got abalone, as you can see. And I don't think this is Damascus. I just think that's painted in to make it look kind of like Damascus. And got the abalone. And this one, as you can see, shiny like the other one because I've shined it up. And it's just wonderful. And if you look at this one, now the other one's pure Damascus all the way through. This one is way more different. The outer steel of this is going to be carbon and all kinds of metals, 2 types of metals. But the inner steel, if you look really closely, right in there, there is a core that goes right through the blade. And the core is VG10. So I believe there is 76 layers to this. The other one was also around that number. Layers just mean that that's just how many layers they made when they created this, panning them on top of each other to give you lots of different layers. And it can be layers still with the same 2 different steels, but this is, we're going with the core being VG10. Now we'll go ahead and look at this. This is not a very long knife. This is a shorter knife. We're looking at a good 6.5 inches. The blade length is about 2 3/4. So legality of everything is pretty good. It's a back flipper as well with an interlock. And we're looking with steel bolsters. That's what they call these. That's what happens when you take a scale and you just put this, they call these bolsters. So it's got steel bolsters with the abalone scales. And it's a very beautiful looking knife. And I really love the drop of it and everything. When I used to play with fidgety knives, I played with this one extremely a lot. I just liked the way it felt, the way it closed. The bearings on it's pretty nice. I don't know exactly what's in it, but I could tell you I believe it's ceramic bearings. To be honest with you, we'll take it into size comparison. So with the big blade here, we know that this is going to overshadow it, just to show you how small this blade is compared to that. Actually, our little penguin here should be longer than it, showing you that even the penguin is bigger than it. So we're looking at a very decent sized knife. I mean, if we go back to the mini Paraxis, I think with the mini Paraxis, most common of knives of all, I think that one is going to be a little bit longer than it too as well. I'll be dang. Check that out. Just a tad bit bigger, but it's closer to the mini Paraxis than anything. So when you look at it in the end, it is quite close to the mini Paraxis. I mean, you put them side by side. I mean, of course, the mini Paraxis is a little bit bigger, so it's definitely bigger. QSB Penguin, we're looking at a lot more bigger than it. So that's what we're looking on this one. And as far as, so I'm going to tell you, it is a heavier knife. I mean, I can tell by the when I hold it, I can really feel the heaviness of this because of the steel bolsters and the steel inside, and just a little bit of its abalone in them, and just not very much of it. So we're going to be looking at a pretty heavy, small knife. So we're looking at 3.6 ounces. So that's pretty heavy for a knife that's only 6.5 inches long. I mean, we're looking at something that's just doesn't carry the weight and everything. But I mean, nice knife. I love the Damascus on it. It's very beautiful. I love the little millings that they did into the steel here to give it that. It's not really for jimping. It's just a decoration, just to make it a little bit more exotic, or I guess you could say a little bit more, nicer. Gives you that nicer finish. And with Damascus, you're looking at that a lot, because when you get Damascus, you're not getting a better blade per se. I mean, steel is steel, and the unfortunate part about steel is it's not all the greatest. It's just whatever you use is steel. So that's a problem with Damascus is only good if you use the right good steel for it. Damascus, which I do not have, or Damascus, I think it's called Damascus, or no, it's Damastil. Sorry, Damastil. Kind of just got done watching Titanium show, and there was Damascus, so it's Damastil. Damastil is higher grade Damascus. It means you're using better steels to put the steel together to give it that oomph that it needs, the creation of making it stronger. So it's using those other good steels. So our next one, another quickie to go out, is, oh, and by the way, I believe that's called an albatross. That was what the blade is called. All these Damascus blades, they're not really a company brand named. Like this next one I'm going to show you, I believe it's a Drac Chenardaire. Now this one is a small, tiny gentleman's blade. We're looking at steel on the outside with G10 on this side right here. We're looking probably aluminum here, possibly steel. And it's really, we got the interlock. We got a very tiny Damascus blade. Very, very tiny. And as you can see in this one, there is no core in this one. So it's just pure Damascus through. But as you can see, I have shined that out to look so beautiful. I love the shininess of that blade. It is amazing how well it looks when you shine that blade up. So, and that is what we got here for this one right here. So we'll go ahead and take a measurement of that. Give me a sec here. Let me give it a sec. I will. Sorry. No, you're fine. I'll just cut it out. And we're looking at a Tonto blade. So with all the rest of them, it's a little bit different than all the rest of them because we got a blade here and a blade here. So we got the top blade here, and that's what we have here. I'll go ahead and measure this out. And we're looking about, I would say about 8 inches with the stupid glass breaker, 8 1/4. Being a small gentleman's knife, I believe that's why they put the little glass breaker on it. As far as the blade length, we're looking at about almost 3 1/4. So unfortunately, it's a little bit longer than those people that can have it there. On the clip, we're not looking as a deep carry. On the other ones, I believe we were looking at the same thing with those. I was trying to go. Actually, I don't have a clip on the other one. The other one I'm using hold on, I actually took the clip off of it because I didn't like the clip on it. And then of course the Zingby, you saw that one. It's pretty much in the same. It's short, so the clips aren't very deep carry, but I like the way that this closes and opens. It's really got a pretty good close and open shut. It's a very thin, looks almost like a pencil almost in a way. So when you actually tip it up and put it up here, it actually, the way the glass breaker looks, it kind of looks like a pen if it was sticking out of your pocket. And I think that's what they're trying to get here, is so it doesn't look too conspicuous. So it's kind of cool. And that is the end of my Damascus blades. There are not many more that I have. I have 3 of them. Will I be getting more? In the beginning, I really enjoyed Damascus, and I thought it was very cool. But I don't know if I will be getting more. It'll be something that'll be a test of time to understand if I do want more or if I don't want more. I'm not as interested as I was in the beginning. We didn't do size comparisons, but we don't really have to. You saw it. It was about 9 inches long. It's a really long pencil-looking blade. So, I mean, just comparable to these are way more bigger. I mean, the thinness of that blade. But on that note, oh, we didn't even do the weight. Let's go ahead and do the weight. Being that it's a pencil and it's kind of got a pencil weight, let's just see. Now, I'm going to say this is kind of heavy due to the fact that it's got steel on the outsides and we're running steel liners in the inside. We're doing 2 points of steel on this blade. And the shitty thing is when you have 2 points of fucking steel on a blade, the blade ends up being very heavy, unfortunately. So we're looking at a very heavy pencil blade. I mean, if you probably can get one that's way lighter, that probably has G10, it would probably be a lot better in the aspect of being smaller and just a little bit more lighter. This is not that light. This is the downfall of this, but that's what happens when you pay 20 bucks for something like this. That's what you get. And this is when I first bought knives. This is one of the ones I thought was really cool because of the Damascus. And this is what happens when you buy things that you think, oh, look great. I mean, as you can see, I've had problems with centering it. You know, you gotta go in here and you gotta tighten up this screw here. Once you tighten up this screw a little bit more, as you can see, I have messed with this knife so much that, as you can see, now I've screwed it up now. Unfortunately, it's not a very nice sight. Let's just put it that way. Because this actually has 2 screws on it. I was going to look at the size on this, and I ended up screwing up the centering of the blade. Great job, Lee. So let's go ahead and... Oh, there we go. See how it just went a little bit more centering? And that's because you got to get it tighter. And the unfortunate part of getting this tighter, and it still has that open and shut. That's pretty nice because the bearings on this is not. But as you can see, it's just really difficult to get it centered. So that's about the best that I can do on centering on that blade. So let's go ahead and find out how heavy I would consider not buying this thing. We got 3.1 ounces. That's quite heavy for something that's that small. You know, we're looking at something, I mean, comparable to this. I mean, you just see how thick. I mean, we just take the Penguin. Look at the Penguin. Look how big the Penguin is. You could put 2 of these to make the Penguin. But if you got 2 of these, hell, the Penguin would be over 6 ounces, you know? So, I mean, that's just to show you how much is in this. So, I mean, I really made a mistake getting that. But, you know, you make your mistakes. You make your mistakes by finding something and you think you're going to get a deal or you think you're going to get something nice. And you're just buying it because, oh, it's Damascus, you know? And that's what I ended up doing wrong with that knife. As I thought, oh, God, Damascus, that's great. I got to get it. And then in the end, you find out, oh, that wasn't that great. So here we got our new knife. I didn't say I was going to do this, but this so happened to pop up right in time. And on doing this, I was just like, well, okay. So we'll go ahead and open this up. This is a Kizer. And I'll have to say, I was very surprised when I saw this come in. Because this was supposed to come in for a while. So I actually quite was happy. Love the Kizer drop bear. That's what that is, by the way. You don't know. Drop bear is the famous knife for this company. And as you see, we get lots of hardware. We got the cloth. We got all the stuff here, all environment stuff. Nice. I love it. Excess stuff is always best. So we'll go ahead and put this up. Put this away. I really do like Kizers now. I'm really starting to fall in love with Kizers. I mean, I'm already sporting 3 Kizer blades, and I really like to buy an assortment of knives. But I'll be honest with you, this Kizer was amazing. So, and I've been wanting to get this for a while. So I found one at a good price. We're looking at our sheep's foot. Bam! Check it out. Axis lock. Nice little axis lock. Pops down. It's got a thumb screw for thumb deployment. It also has a hole, so you don't have to even do a thumb deploy. You can actually... no, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm probably going to have to go through in. There we go. But it needs a little bit of... Maybe the axis lock might be a little too hard on it. I know with axis locks you can adjust them inside the blade, but I do love the way it looks and everything. So what we're looking at here is CPM 154 steel, really nice steel. And we're looking at, as you can see, CPM 154 CM steel. And it is a sheep's foot. That's what they call it. It's a sheep's foot. Beautiful looking knife. This is aluminum, by the way, with a deep carry pocket clip. We're looking at a very nice access to everything. I love this knife. This knife is just amazing. I love the ergos. I love the way it I mean, you can choke up on this thing, get it up there at night. You can go ahead and put your hands on here. I mean, I believe they make a bigger one. I think this is the medium-sized one. They have actually a small one. So there is a small sheep's foot. We'll go ahead and do some sizes on this. So we're looking at about, let's see, 7.5 inches, just about. A little bit over 7.5, just a tad bit over 7.5, but we're looking at 7.5. The blade, we're looking at 3 inches. That is amazing. So that means that you can actually have this in Cali. Nice. I like that. Up against some things. We'll put it up against another beautiful kizer that I enjoy and I love. As we knew before, this kizer is way more bigger than it, at least in that aspect. We'll put it up against another kizer that I love and so wholly think is cool as hell, the Coromant. So we got 3 kizer blades here. We got and they're all in different steels. We got M390, S35, and CPM 154. So if we really truly looked at this, that is how the grading of the steel would be. Really premium steel, decent, close to premium steel. And this is still really at the top of the food chain. As your medium steels, 1428 I would say is right in the middle, but this is better than 1428 from what I've been told and from what I hear. So we have got a really assortment of steels here. And we got the button lock, we got the axis lock, and we got the interlock. So we got 3 different functional kizers that do different things. So if, as far as I'm concerned, I'm happy with that. Will I be getting any other kizers? I might be getting a drop bear, the more famous one, but I need to find the drop bear that I want and I like. And I'm comfortable with the price that I'm spending on the drop bear. And that's what I'll have to say to that. So on that note, let's pull it out here. We are pretty much done for the day. I kind of went through it kind of quickly, but I wanted to get to this knife specifically so we can show off the new knife that I got. Not a lot of people know about sheep's foots. I mean, technically speaking, I would have rather. There's only one that I like more than this one, which is purple. They have one that has purple scales that are made out of aluminum. And honestly, I would have loved to have that one. But that one runs quite a bit. Let's just put it this way. They both are pretty much in the same price range. I just got this one way cheap because nobody wants the black one. So I paid $50-something for this. Quite amazing, considering this is $100 and something knife. And the purple one is $120. So we're looking at something similar to the prices. Purple is a little bit more of a different color, so therefore it's going to cost a little bit more for the purple. But quite amazing price that I got for this knife. And on that note, I hope you like the whole knife thing and saw what you got to see. Now you know all my knives now. So everything has been shown. Everything from here on out will be newer knives. I don't know how long or how many times I'll have to be able to come out. I will be buying them periodically through the month, and you will see many more to come. And usually from here on out, we'll just be doing that kind of stuff. If anybody wants to hear more about steels or something like that, or someone wants me to do that, give a nod to me at the end of the in the comments. If you want to see that, you want to see me talk about it. I don't know very much about it. I'm very limited knowledge on that stuff. Every day I'm learning something new about steels, so therefore I couldn't tell you exactly, how amazing a steel is or whatever. I can just tell you this, that I've used these knives. No, I haven't used these. This is my first CPM 154, but I'll tell you this much. This is amazing. This cuts and is just keeps its edge. That DLC, I'm going to tell you right now, that is better than Ceratine paint. Don't even waste your time with that. after 2 or 3 times cutting in boxes with ceratine paint, the ceratine just comes right off of it. But that DLC, seen a guy said he had his for 10 years, didn't even, looks the same as when he got it from the beginning. You could take something at it and you can try to scratch it and it won't scratch the ceratine. I am not going to try because I paid a lot of money for that knife. So therefore, I'm not going to sit there and do that. But there are individuals out there that have taken this knife. Actually, first guy that I saw, Mr. EDC man himself, got one of these and took a knife at it and tried to cut it. Couldn't get anything with steel trying to make it peel or even make a scratch. Didn't even happen. So, on that note, I think it's very cool. I mean, ceratine on handles, I hear, are amazing because it gives it a little bit of like, I think that's ceratine. So I can feel that paint and it feels a little bit, how would you say, grippy. So it's almost like, it's not like sandpaper, but it's kind of like that matte finish of a paint job where you get that little bit of a grab. But that's good because that's what I'm holding. You know, I want this to be holding greatly. So I think that's great. And you're not going to be using this. You're not going to be going and grabbing and trying to use this to cut stuff with. The blade you are. So this will hold up as a decent pace where that holds up remarkably well. But on that note, I hope you enjoyed the whole entire episode. And on that note, we out.